Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at what is left from the Bricklink Designer Program Series 4. So there is still 23 days left of me recording this, but don't forget it is first come, first serve. So when they've gone, they've gone. And two of them, I do believe, went within the first 5 hours. So the Medieval Seaside Market and the Siege have both disappeared. So you've lost out on that if you're waiting for it. Now, don't forget, with regards to these, you do not get charged until they're about to ship, which is about 6 months' time. So if you are holding fire on this one until you get paid, it won't charge you for another 6 months. So just read the T's and C's and just be careful that you don't miss out on anything. And there is only 3 of them left. Now, I do believe they have upped it to 30,000 units of each. So as we come all the way down just here, you can see the crowdfunding, the production, it was 30,000. So if it broke the 3,000, which is what is needed, then it goes into production, and then after 30,000 it is capped. That is your one and done limited run. So they sold out very, very quickly, bearing in mind they've upped it to 30,000. So even if everybody bought 2 of each, that is still 15,000 units of each to 15,000 different people. Madness. So they would have sold 60,000 units within 5 hours straight away, plus they've got to be, what, 75% there for this one as well. So there is a lot of Lego being sold within the first 48 to 72 hours, I would imagine. I think this went live day before last. So we've broken the 48-hour mark because it was about halfway through the day, I think. So, yeah, maybe 48 hours by the time this goes up live. So you can work it out for yourself anyway, because the counter will obviously keep counting down until it is all done. What actually happens if all 5 of them sold out straight away? I'm not too sure. I think the counter might just disappear and that'd just be game over, and then you've just got a nice blank website to look at. So let's take a look at the ones that are left. So we have this thing to start with. So this is coming in at $169.99. And don't forget, it's first come, first serve. So even though it's still available, you have 23 days remaining, as you can see. It's gone when it's gone. Now, these do look very, very smart. Now, for me, I can look at it from afar because all of these I don't think would have worked in my own theme park display. I'm still getting a little bit itchy for the train, but I think I'm going to be good and just not go through with it. But you can see all of these nice little minifigures that are included. So you get 5 minifigures with this one, and you can see what else it could go with, which is these 2 just here. So it recommends it going with the windmill and the ocean house, which are not included, which kind of makes me think, is the Bricklink Designer Program now sort of being funneled to stuff that the Lego Group don't think they're willing to order and sell? Because the fact that they are now linking these to previous sets, and well as potential sets that are in the future, are we always going to be getting something like this that will work? Are we always going to get a castle or something like that? Are we also always going to be getting other little bits and pieces, at least 1 or 2 of them a year? Because for the Wild West, for example, there's 3 that you can get in 2025. This will definitely sell out as well, won't it? So let's be honest. And it will go perfectly with the one that's coming at the end of the year for pre-order, don't forget, which is Series 6, I do believe that is. So, the boat. Again, $149.99. Now, this is the first series, I do believe, that didn't have anything that was like an entry-level price point. They've just gone in very, very heavy. So, again, because the entry level usually sells out second quickest, third quickest, depending on what it's going in. So they've gone for quite a large chunk of money for all of these bits and pieces, and they're selling very, very quickly as well. So again, limited of 2. So if you wanted to keep one mint in box and have one in display or whatever you can do, then obviously you are limited to 2 units. This one is modular as well. So as you can see, it does come apart and it has got the little wheel and all the other little bits and pieces. Now, I do say this all the time. You can't zoom in. You can click on it, and then we have a bit of fun trying to do this kind of thing, but it always goes wrong. So you can see just on the inside, you've got all of, like, the kitchen and all the other little bits and pieces, and then you've got well, I guess that's part of the actual engine, that thing just in there. So that's pretty cool, with a lot of nice little detail on that. And then you can see the next detail that you got from the next level, but I lose control when I do that, and then it does this. So I'll do my best for you. Now, the third and final thing that is left I do like the look of this. This thing is absolutely massive. It is 7 lengths of track long, I do believe. Could you make a full-blown diorama display out of this? You could, I guess, if you were willing to level and layer all of these bits underneath. That's the only thing that's putting me off. Not that it's really putting me off, it's just I don't know if I was to make a full connecting track, I would want it all Wild West themed like this. And then you've got to start taking into consideration the price of the track, all of the square tiles that they've covered over everything, because obviously it's all done so well. And you can see you've got the Brick Express from there, and the train does look fantastic. It does look very good indeed. But I think I'm going to let somebody else have their enjoyment of it. I've always eyeballed this one. I have said from the beginning I can just skip over Series 4, but I do like a Wild West theme. And I think it's spot on with regards to all of the little minifigures you get. You've got all the different horses there just on the background. You've then got these things at the back as well. I'm almost 100% sure I saw this at the Lego house or something very similar with these sorts of designs. You can see that these are double layered as well, where you've got the darker tan on top of the lighter tan, and then they've done this on the track as well. But what you can see that they've done to the track is that they have tiled absolutely everything with a 1x2 or a 1x1, and then you looks like you've got a 1x1. Well, I say 1x1, a 1x4 or a 2x4, I think that will be, with regards to the width of the track, or it might be 6 studs wide, with regards to, I don't know how wide these trains are now. But you can see that that is over 2 bits of track. And then the next thing, it's also over 2 bits of track, as is the next one, as is the, so you can see that you think that they've just used the same bits, but when we start to count the track at the end, this is massive car, as is this as well. So this nearly takes up the 2 bits of track to start with. So detail of the train looks fantastic. Really nice build. I think that's going to be. If you can get it motorized, that would be amazing. Could you potentially add a light kit to it? Very much so indeed. I think it's magnetic on the back of this one. So yes, it goes together as the old school magnets, which is great. So when it goes around the corner, it's I think they work fantastically well. And you can see, I would imagine that potentially might pop off and you could put some different bits and pieces in there. Is it big enough to put the power pack in? That is, I guess, the question that you guys and girls will be finding out sooner rather than later. And then this is the next one. So this is pretty cool because it's got a piano up at the top. It looks like it's got a safe just up at the top, just there. And it's got something else going on here. So to be honest, this would be a perfect Back to the Future train. I think you could just go really crazy with it, and if you had the smaller Back to the Future car, or you could reenact it, I just don't know, is it going to be good for a theme park? Let me know in the comments. Do I add this into my own theme park display, and do I build up a Wild West area at the end of 2025 into the start of 2026? Because remember, this won't be out for another 6 months, so I don't know, but it has got some fantastic detail on the inside. You can see you've got the bucket, the shovel, and all of the other little bits and pieces there. And of course, you've then got all of these minifigures. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 nice looking minifigures. And obviously, they're reminding you that you have got the Bricklink General Store if you wanted the General Store, which again would go hand in hand with this. And then there is again the next thing that is available coming, I do believe, in Series 6. So I'm tempted. It's just a lot of money, but I am tempted. Because if you think a normal playset train would be, well, it was 99, so it's like 159 or 179 now. And that is obviously full track included. Obviously, it's not as many pieces as this, so don't get me wrong. This has 3,192 pieces, 17 stickers, 12 minifigures, and 429 unique parts. Now, if you count the track, if we can count the track, I think it's over 7. I think it is. Can't zoom in. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 7. 2, 4, 5, 6. So it might be 7, 8. Can't be 10. There's no way. Well, it might be. It might be 10 pieces. What is the actual length of it? It's really long. I think it's the length of a table. So the length of this is 104.4 centimeters, which doesn't help me at all. But it's long. Does it say how many bits of track there is? I want to say it's near enough the length of a meter IKEA table. So I'm pretty sure that's the amount of track. It is a big, big thing. Which, to be honest, I don't think the photos do this one justice with just regards to how long this one is. Oh, hang on, fully prepared for future motorization. So, right, hang on. From the beginning, I want this train to be easy motorized because when the train doesn't run, I intended to try to blah 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 feasible without significant visual changes. Instead, I shifted to tender, which turned out to be much simpler. Structurally, the tender is fully prepared. Oh, right. So that bit that I said, will it fit a motor in? Answer is yes. So it will. And then you've got the cow catcher, which again, it does look fantastic, both stable and functional. The passenger car with the rounded edges, I'm happy, and the freight car. So it's got a bit of everything. So yes, I can see this working very well with regards to all these little bits and pieces. And of course, you can still get the older Wild West sets as well. So yeah, I think it's it is a very nice looking thing. Right, moving on to series number 6. I just don't know what to do because if I got the train, everything on the table would have to be on that double thing. I think it's just going to long term. I think it's just going to cost too much money. So I don't know. But yes, so series 6, it would go with this. I think it would go with this because obviously you got the gold mines. You could have the train passing it, couldn't you? This is on a rather large thing. So again, we'll get the prices for this sooner rather than later because this will actually go live on the 6th of October. So you can see that there's different bits and pieces that are available for Series 6 and Series 5, which is the next one. Well, it has all sorts of different bits and pieces in. And again, we haven't got the pricing of these just yet, but I'm assuming we're going to have 2 expensive and then not as expensive, a little bit less, and then we have an entry price as well. So that's what I think it's going to be. And then, of course, Series 3, which is all over and done. So these will be shipped sooner rather than later. It says there, look, if you paid with a credit card, you will only be charged once when the item shipped. Again, if you did it on a normal bank card as well, I don't think you get. I know you don't get charged until it ships because I've got one coming from this series. They put the money on hold, then it disappeared, and then when the Art of Chocolate is on its way for me, then of course I will have some bits and pieces to play with. So I'm pretty sure all of those sold out apart from the Lost City, and that one I think will be one of the most rarest Lego sets about because not that many people ended up getting it. So back to Series 4. Again, if you want to pick up any of these, pull your finger out quickly. You've still got 23 days, but you can see how fast that these do sell out. So I think the Wild West train is going to go as well. And then I think the other two, they'll get at least 75% of the way there over the next 23 days. But guys, that is just a very quick update from the Bricklink Designer Program. Let me know if you're looking forward to any of them. Have you got yourself any of these? Because I think they all do look very good indeed. But from me, that is it, and I am done. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching.